Good afternoon, sir. Would you state your name, please?
It's correct, Griffin.
And where are you employed?
Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
Do you have a particular assignment with the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, ma'am. I'm currently assigned to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Gang Investigative Unit.
What is your title in that unit?
Gang Detective.
How long have you been in the gang unit?
Currently, a little over 4 years.
And what was your prior assignment in advance of the gang assignment?
Prior to the gang unit, I was assigned to patrol on the north side of Jacksonville. Also was assigned to the narcotics unit or internal affairs unit, and I was also in the jail prior to going to the street.
And during your time on patrol, did you have an opportunity to work the areas related to specific gangs that are tracked by your unit?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you specifically assigned to a particular unit out of the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, ma'am, I currently am.
And what is the unit to which you're assigned?
The gang or the unit?
I'm sorry, the gang.
The gang, 1200 out east.
And that would be inside of the gang unit. I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to review what has been previously admitted as State's Exhibit 84B, the gang chart that was created to represent the members or some of the members of 1200?
Yes, ma'am.
If you'll look to the screen and publishing 84B, have you had a chance to see that?
Yes, ma'am.
And in your role with the gang unit, did you help or assist to create this chart, at least as it relates to the relevant members of 1200 as related to this investigation?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
We have depicted on the chart a Rashad Murphy and a Davion Murphy. Over the course of your investigation, have you been able to assess what, if any, nickname was provided to you or that you learned to be assigned or associated to Rashad Murphy?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was that?
Ghost 187.
What, if any, relationship is there between Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy?
I believe they're blood cousins.
And what, if any, relationship is there between both Mr. Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy to Joe Rod Adams?
If I stand correct, I believe Joe Rod and Rashad are brothers, and then Davion and Joe Rod are cousins.
Is this information that you often collect from social media or videos?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you oftentimes also have the ability to reference, for example, obituaries that are posted?
Yes, ma'am.
And in this particular case, was there an obituary for Joe Rod Adams, a.k.a. Spaz?
Yes, ma'am, there would have been one.
And is Spaz the individual that was killed at the Rains High School football game?
That's correct.
Did you, in this particular case, have any involvement with the investigation that was conducted into the homicide of Charles Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
And what particular involvement did you have?
I conducted a traffic stop on a Sean Gathright.
And when you conducted that traffic stop, were you accompanied by other law enforcement officers?
Yes, ma'am.
As you all made contact with the driver, Mr. Gathright, did you ask him to exit his vehicle?
We did, yes, ma'am.
And did you complete a search of that vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Having attended that traffic stop, are you aware of whether any of your fellow officers were wearing a body-worn camera?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 102 through 104, so you'll take a look at that and let me know if you recognize those images.
Yes, ma'am, these are from the traffic stop.
Do they fairly and accurately represent the beginning of the contact that you had with Sean Gathright on at this vehicle stop? Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, State seeks to admit State's Exhibits 102, 103, and 104.
Any objection? No objection. Admitted.
In publishing States 102, are you able to see the screen okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And what date did the traffic stop of Sean Gathright actually occur?
Looks like June 26th
Of what year?
of 2024.
Were you working in your capacity as a gang unit detective
Yes,
when
ma'am.
this stop was conducted?
Yes, ma'am.
You indicated that Mr. Gathright was asked to exit the vehicle. Is that what's depicted is that depicted in States 104?
Yes, ma'am.
Before he exited, were you able to make contact and ultimately identify the driver of the vehicle, confirming it was Sean Gathright in States 103?
Yes, ma'am.
Specifically as it relates to your work with, is that the only actual involvement that you had, roadside or otherwise, with the Tampa Police Department case, other than providing background or historical information about the 1200 gang?
That, and then also the interview of Rashad Murphy.
And that would have been subsequent to the vehicle stop with Sean Gathright?
Yes.
And who, if you recall, attended that interview of Rashad Murphy with you?
It was myself and Detective Draybeck.
And where did that interview occur?
That took place at our CJIC unit.
Was that interview recorded or documented in some way?
Yes, ma'am. Audio and video recorded.
Referring back to your responsibilities with the gang unit, how long have you been assigned to the group 1200?
Going on almost 2 years now.
And are you familiar with whether 1200 used to be represented by a different name or the members therein?
They had a couple of different names, yes, ma'am.
In advance of 1200 being the leading name as referred to that group, what was Rashad Murphy, for example, or Ghost associated as?
Another group called 187 Boys.
As the groups develop into bigger groups or grow in size, do they ultimately assume these additional names? So from 187 to 1200?
Yes, ma'am.
In this particular case, would that mean that Rashad Murphy no longer considers himself 187?
Not 187, but also 1200.
What does 1200 specifically actually represent?
It's a block located in Jacksonville, Florida, at the corner of First and APR.
And would you say that that's a neighborhood or an area of Jacksonville?
Yes, ma'am.
Does 1200 associate with ATK or its members?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you personally in your time or work with the Jacksonville gang unit seen videos and social media posts which depict both of those groups in the same video or post?
Yes, ma'am.
Do ATK and 1200 share a common enemy in Jacksonville?
Yes, ma'am, they do.
And who is that common enemy?
It will be members from 6 Block.
Did you have an opportunity to review some photographs that were taken of Davion Murphy at the time of his arrest?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They're from the interview room inside the CJIC unit.
And Davion Murphy is a member of which particular group?
He's a person of interest, not exactly a member just yet of 1200.
Are you familiar with the statutory criteria for gang membership?
Yes, ma'am.
And does Davion Murphy meet the statutory criteria for that gang membership?
Yes, ma'am.
What elements of that criteria does Davion Murphy meet?
He has hand signs. He also has tattoos and then associations.
So essentially, he meets the criteria to be a gang member by statute?
To be documented as a gang member.
Overruled, go ahead.
I'm
Answer
sorry.
the question. Does he or doesn't he?
He does, yes.
To be documented.
Yes, ma'am.
But has that documentation actually occurred?
No, ma'am.
As it relates specifically to the footage from the interview room or the documentation from the interview room, state seeks to admit actually state 69.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
Publishing 69A. You mentioned that he would meet that criteria based on hand signs. Can you tell me what it is about the hand sign that's depicted in this particular image that would meet that criteria?
So his right hand, he's holding up the 1200 hand sign. So the single finger showing the 1 and then the 2 over here to represent 12.
So 1 and 2, so 12.
Yes, ma'am.
And how did that relate back to 1200 as you provided or described that to us?
Well, 1200 is the group itself, and so being without adding the 2 zeros, 12.
And 69B, was this screenshot actually taken from the interview room after Mr. Murphy's arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
Are interviews like these, photos like these, documented in your day-to-day activity as a gang detective?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the chart that was previously presented, 84B, is it common for the members of 1200 to utilize that same hand symbol when posting on social media or in music videos?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any specific relation as to when they do that?
No, ma'am. Just when they're on camera or taking a photo of any sort.
In your activity and based on your training and experience, if you see this hand sign, is the individual throwing it related to 1200?
Yes, majority of the time, yes, ma'am.
Are there times in which the opposing gangs will throw their rivals' hand signs?
In a disrespectful way, yes, ma'am.
So do you view those items or posts in context
Yes.
to determine the nature of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Would it be common for a rival gang member to switch to the direct opposition? So from 6 block, for example, to 1200?
If he knows, go ahead.
You said, is it common?
Yes.
No, it's not common.
In addition to the screenshots from the surveillance footage, were you also able to view some photographs that were taken by Detective Nieder of Davion Murphy?
Yes.
In 69D, are you able to tell us what, if any, significance was related to the tattoo on Mr. Murphy's neck?
It says, rest up, Avery McKnight.
Is Mr. McKnight an individual who is alive or deceased?
Unfortunately, he's deceased.
And do you know the circumstances of his homicide?
I believe.
Overruled, just limited, just explain this.
Was the circumstance of his homicide something related to the gang war in Jacksonville?
Yes.
(69E), specifically as it relates to the tattoo across the bottom of Mr. Murphy's midsection. Are you familiar with an individual that went by the moniker of Suge?
Yes, ma'am.
And was Suge a name that is regularly utilized or mentioned by 1200 members?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Suge also a person or an individual that's disrespected by their rival 6 block?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, previously had Davion Murphy and Rashad Murphy represented 187.
Yes.
At some point, do you document Davion Murphy's transition to 1200?
Document it, no. Monitor it, yes.
So is there some mechanism by which you all record updates that you'll see or items that you think may prove valuable in when you do updates to documenting or undocumenting specific members?
Well, yes, because everybody has to be redocumented every 5 years.
So is there a log or some record that you can keep for documentation or items that would go towards potentially meeting that criteria?
Yes, it's called an FIR.
So having received these, would you have added essentially a note regarding Davion Murphy and his tattoos or known tattoos had you not had them before?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there another tattoo in state 69H that was depicted on the left side of Mr. Murphy?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you familiar with Jacoby?
Yes, long live Jacoby J. I'm not familiar with that Jacoby.
Jacoby Wright or Jacoby J?
Jacoby was hook on the end, and then you have Jacoby Wright at the bottom. But I'm not familiar with Jacoby Wright.
Okay. But did you have an opportunity to view this photograph?
Yes.
Were you able to view a photograph of tattoos that were taken on the bicep and shoulder area of Mr. Murphy as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Specifically, do you recognize the image that's depicted on the top of Mr. Murphy's shoulder?
Yes, ma'am. It says long live Joe Rod.
And are you familiar with Joe Rod?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the same Joe Rod Adams that was killed at the Rains High School football game?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there several Suge tattoos across Mr. Murphy's body?
Yes, ma'am.
And lastly, do you recognize the name Corbin from your investigations?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is Corbin?
Corbin is the deceased member, Corbin Johnson.
We heard some music videos earlier today referencing Corbin's kidnapping. Was there some kind of relationship between the gang rivalry and the death of Corbin Johnson?
What do you mean?
Meaning, was it related to this gang beef or gang war?
That, as far as I know, his homicide is
If he knows.
unresolved.
Correct. Has Corbin Johnson's homicide been the subject of drill raps back and forth between ATK and 6 Block?
Yes, ma'am.
That's my fault. That was not a clear question. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, cross.
Alicia Andrews, she's not a gang member, correct?
No, sir, not that I know of.
She's not a gang associate either?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, and that's according to the Florida statutes?
Not that I'm aware of. Not on my radar.
All right. These 1,200, when did it start?
Early 2000s?
Early 2000s?
Yes.
So this is going back, you're saying more than 20 years?
Roughly, yes, sir.
All right, so when was it the 187 boys?
187 would have came around probably 2015, 2010, 2015.
Okay. So earlier when you said that, I guess it was Ghost, Rashad Murphy, he was
Yes.
part of 187 boys?
Yes.
So do you know what time frame he was a part of 187 boys?
I don't, not offhand.
All right, so he was a part of 187 boys, and then he switched over to 1,200? How does that work?
So 1200 as a whole, it's a neighborhood. It's a gang. It's a documented gang. And then within there, they have select groups. Okay, so you have 187 boys. You also had another group referred to as A Team, and then you had another group referred to as Cut Circle. They're all from 1200.
So it's not that he switched from 187 to 1,200. He was always a part of 1,200?
Correct.
And I guess in 1,200 there may be even more specific groups.
Yes.
All right, and those groups are based off of what, streets?
Streets, maybe just something that they come up with.
Okay. All right. And not all of these people, they're not all born gang members, right?
No, sir.
All right, they become gang members at some point in their lives?
Being documented according to Florida state statute.
Okay. This is the 1,200 chart. You're the gang detective for 1,200, right?
Yes, sir.
So on this, I guess, chart here, 4 of these individuals, they're no longer alive, at least 4?
At least 4. You give me a second, I can. 1. I count at least 6.
6, I have, from your testimony, you can add or
Okay.
something to it. But I have Shug is no longer alive.
Correct.
Davion Murphy had his name tattooed on him. Is that
Correct.
I saw Corbin, right? He's no longer alive.
That's correct.
That's the unsolved murder you were discussing.
Correct.
And that's the one that Charles Jones, Julio Foolio, was rapping about in his songs,
Yes.
saying that Corbin got kidnapped.
Yes.
All right, and found in a field, his bones were found in a field.
That's correct.
All right, and Spaz was killed at a football game, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
At Rains.
Yes, sir.
That's the school where Alicia Andrews went.
If you say so.
Okay. Well, Spaz went to Rains.
Okay.
I'm asking.
That I don't know. I believe he did. Him along with Kenny Capps, or I'm sorry, Robert Howard.
Robert Howard. Okay. And Robert Howard is accused of killing Spaz.
That's correct.
All right. We have this Leaky.
Yes, sir.
He passed away.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I have Leaky. I have Spaz, Corbin, Shug. Who are the other 2?
So at the bottom you have Darian Self, Michi, and then Brandon Bevel, 5, who are also deceased.
You said Brandon, deceased?
Yes.
Darren, Michi,
Deceased.
deceased. That's also one of the ones that Julio Foolio was rapping about in the songs.
Yes.
And then what was the third one?
No, that should be
I think
6.
you mentioned 3 on the bottom, did you?
He
Or
said
just
2.
2.
Okay, so just those 2. All right. And the others, are they still in 1,200 that are on this chart?
They're still, yes, sir. Well, so J. Dot, not so much. He will be
J. Dot.
associated to a different gang now.
J. Dot, is this Jacory Rivers?
Correct.
He's in a different gang now?
Yes.
What gang is he in now?
I would possibly tie him to the Bloods gang.
The Bloods gang?
Yes.
So he's no longer with 1,200.
No,
Do you know why he's no longer with 1,200?
I don't know.
And Bloods gang, is that a Jacksonville gang?
No.
these are young men, right?
Yes, sir.
Like early 20s?
Early to late 20s.
Early to late 20s.
Mixture of.
All right. And there are other individuals on here who went to Raines High School, correct?
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure on that one.
And if I told you that Alicia Andrews went to Raines High School, would you have any reason to doubt that?
No, sir.
In high school, were all of these individuals, were they gang members in high school?
Not that I recall.
So at some point down the road, maybe they become gang members after they leave high school or when they drop out. Is that possible?
Or during high school, because
Sometimes.
you have Instagram, you have social media.
So sometimes they become gang members in high school, right?
Yes.
Sometimes after high school.
Yes, sir.
All right. You know of Alicia Andrews to use any hand signs?
No, sir.
You know of Alicia Andrews to be in any music videos?
I've never seen her in one. No, sir.
And did you know of Alicia Andrews prior to this case?
No, sir.
But you knew of these other individuals in 1200 prior to this case, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Okay, redirect.
No, Your Honor.
May this witness be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, you're free to go.